Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. My name is McCue, and this is going to be my first impressions of the Nike Pegasus 38s. All right, everybody, we're gonna get into the build of this thing, and then I'm gonna tell you about just a couple of my kind of takeaways, pros and cons that I've taken from my first 27 miles in the Nike Pegasus 38s. Also, I apologize if my voice sounds all kind of fuzzy. I'm dealing with some pretty heavy allergies. The ragweed pollen is really hitting North Carolina right now. It's not COVID. I was really concerned. I got a negative test. You don't worry, I'm not gonna worry, but hopefully you can just make do with my voice. So top to bottom, we'll go through the build of this bad boy. Starting off with the tongue and the overall upper, you've got kind of a multi-layered mesh, super comfortable, certainly not built with the idea of trying to, less is more for this. It's kind of put it in there. This is the workhorse with wings, right? The Pegasus. So you have a multi-layered mesh that is your entire upper. The tongue is a gusseted tongue. It doesn't quite look like it when you're kind of looking at it like that. You could say it's like a normal tongue, but when you do look in there, it is connected just below like the second eyelet. Tongue just as cushioned, I would say, as the rest of the upper. Definitely, again, not looking for the minimalist shoe. This is going to give you that nice comfort for like those long daily trainer miles that is meant to be. Going on from there, one little thing I did notice, okay, I guess this is in my pros and cons, but I'm gonna say it now anyways. This little, label on the tongue that runs vertically on the shoe. It is like Nike to want to put more Nike into his shoe, but it's also only connected at the bottom and the top, which I really like, because technically you could lace up multiple rows of your laces underneath this little pink tab. Yeah, and like if you're worried about lockdown, that's ultimately going to help. You could, if you have any issues with sliding on the tongue or anything like that, like it's just another layer, I would say, of defense. So cool addition, Nike. Again, a couple mentions. The laces are totally fine. No like coming unlaced or anything like that. No issues. They're a good length. I tend to double knot all my shoes while I run, so I never really have excess lace anyways. So moving down from the upper, I would say the main goods and the main feels that you can get from this shoe is built into that midsole. You have basically Nike React foam throughout almost all of it, aside from a Zoom Air unit that is in the forefoot. Nike React, we all know it. It's trusted and true. It's good for long miles. It's good for a Nike React shoe is gonna go 200-300 miles unless you're like really doing damage to it. So, it's reliable. It's the reliable midsole foam. I did read that this was the first model that they included the Air Zoom units. Well, no, in the 37s, they included it throughout the whole shoe. This in the 38s, it's only in the forefoot. I've never been like a huge person on like the air comfort technology. Obviously there's something to it. I'm not a believer, clearly, otherwise Nike would not keep doing it. But there is an air unit in the shoe. They have a 15 PSI in the women's shoe and the 20 in the men's. Okay, yeah, so going beyond that, Nike React midsole with the Air Zoom unit, we got this really cool full rubber, well, just about full rubber outsole that I'm honestly a huge fan of. It really, it's a shoe that I don't think needs to be, obviously does not need to be minimalistic. So the outsole goes, heel to toe, covers a lot of it, even has kind of a rectangular tread. So it has kind of a rectangular tread right there on the inside of the foot, which is cool because it means that they were designing this shoe not necessarily just for roads, but for basically for minimal off-road action. You have not just forward moving tread, you have tread that should work well in 4 different directions. So yeah, honestly, that kind of gets us through to the outsole from top to bottom. I've done, like I said, 27 miles. So now I'll kind of just give you my, my goods, my bads, my actual initial impressions, if you will. Okay, so going through the shoe one more time, basically just looking for my initial impressions. A couple things I did say already. Love the gusseted tongue. I love the cushioning. General breathability. A note on that is I have it is a North Carolina summer. I've gone on, unfortunately, not any long runs, but the longest run I have done was a 5 miler. Yeah, I mean, it's been about 90 plus degrees, high humidity every time I've gone out. And I've not gotten any sort of swampy foot or anything. So for all the cushioning in this, it is still pretty solid in terms of breathability. Oh yeah, in terms of the fit, there's a real plus, I would say, in terms of the fit of this. I've always had a narrow heel. Nikes tend to do pretty well with that. However, for a daily trainer, it's really nice to have something that fits the heel really nice, supports the heel, supports the midfoot and the arch. But there is room in the toe box in these that I haven't found in other Nikes. Only other Nike I've run in is a Zoom Fly 3, which was originally designed, as an early carbon plated kind of race shoe. So, they weren't looking to give you extra room. This shoe, awesome. Extra room in the toe box. Yeah, and it kind of gives you that perfect daily trainer ride while also looking pretty flashy in a new spicy Nike. Yeah, the ride on the midsole, Nike Reactive Foam, I think it's about a 24 millimeter in the heel and then like a 14 in the toe, giving you a 10 millimeter drop. So it's not a super duper stack. You can feel the road underneath you. Nike React is not like this super memory foam kind of midsole. It does give you that cushion, but it also gives you the feel of the road. I will say I have felt like the Air unit, the Zoom Air unit, kind of like in that first couple steps when you put them on and you go from walking to jogging. That's I feel like when you feel it, when you feel that little like, oh, there's something there. There's something that's not quite giving the same way as the React. I don't know if I really like it or dislike it, but it's there, so I can tell you that it's functioning. Maybe on a longer run, that's one of those things that kind of helps you out a bit later on. And yeah, everything I said about the outsole stands true, but I just do like the aspect of like the full tread, the tread that's kind of built for not just pavement. Yeah, it makes it a way more versatile shoe. Like if I want to run over to the cross country track or the cross country course that's, dirt and clay, like I can throw these on, I'm not worried about it. If it's raining, I'm not worried about it. All right, so 2 last things before we wrap this up. One, as you can see, she gets dirty. This shoe was beautiful. When I took it out of the box, I put it on and I immediately got it dirty. 10 miles in, maybe it's where I'm running, maybe it's the time of the year, but they got dirty so quick, which I'm fine with. It's a white shoe, I expected this. But yeah, bottom line, if you do get the Audacious Olympic colorway, which is what we have here, there's so many other colorways, so just go and check on Nike.com and then go to your local store and ask if they have them. But also don't be that guy that only wants the shoes in a certain colorway. So the last and probably, depending on who you are, possibly the most important aspect of the shoe is it does come in at $120. For a daily trainer, that's about appropriate, I guess. People tend to pay maybe like $100 to $120, so maybe it's on the higher end of the daily trainer. But honestly, I haven't made a video where I've been talking to the camera for a while, so I hope this was helpful. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Yeah, more running to come, everybody. So that was the Nike Pegasus 38s. I guess it's a first impression, but still 27 miles is pretty far in for a first impression, but we'll take it. I'll give you another update at least 100 miles or so. As always, stay safe. See you in the next video. Peace. I think ragweed is like the August pollen. And I feel it, guys. I feel it. Let me tell you. All up through here. All up. It's all in there. And I woke up and I was like, one day, I was like, oh God, it happened. Allergies. Bazonkers.